normal, but all the ligaments and everything in there are just tight and spasmed, and just takes time.
Talking about the injury, you made a social media post, and it said, "I get paid to race. Like, I'll see you guys on Saturday," something to that idea. And I kind of smiled when I read that. I think that is so reminiscent of the titans of the sport who used to race hell or high water. For you, explain that post and why it was necessary for you to put that out there and not just show up or not just hide your injuries, because a lot of guys do that too.
Yeah. It's tough in our sport with injuries, you know. It's hey, do you talk about it, do you not talk about it? I've always been, I guess you could say, old school, where I don't want to talk about it. I don't want people to know, or competition to know any weaknesses, I guess you could say. But obviously there's no hiding that crash and what happened. So yeah, I think it was, you know, it's kind of new to me to reveal the injuries of what actually happened. And I like to say that I'm a pretty tough character, so I felt like I wanted to race, but you know, like I said, your body is important to be on top of things, to be able to get podiums or get wins, and it's tough when I'm racing for not a podium or a win. And I think going into Indy, it was something where I didn't know what to expect. It was an injury that I've sustained, but I was still able to ride, but maybe at only 50% of my, you know, capabilities. So it's something that I wanted to be out there collecting as many points as possible, and I ended up with a great finish, you know, a top 5, which typically I would be bummed on, but I was really pumped on that. So this weekend, like I said, I'm getting a week better, and 7 days later I've recovered that much more, and now I think, you know, a podium is in sight.
In the opening rounds of this season, there were some moments and some finishes where you could have been really depressed or really upset at your finishes. Who was in your corner during those moments?
It was tough. You know, those few weekends of getting 8s and, you know, top 10s, and when you're commit everything to this, you know, you sacrifice everything, and from the training to your lifestyle to everything, and you're used to winning and being at top of the sport. It was extremely tough. I mean, it got really hard, and you start to contemplate everything. And but you know, I'd say my wife was a huge supporter and keeping me grounded. And you know, it was tough, because even people that you have relationships with that are you know, everyone's always there for the good, but they're very rarely there for the bad. So it was really tough. You know, it really was. I'd like to say my wife was definitely on board of getting me back there, and Carlos, my mechanic, he knows what I'm capable of, and he never lost faith in me. And
in what ways did Carlos encourage you?
I mean, just off the bike, he's been there before with I'm sure riders that went through a phase where they're struggling or whatever it is. And like I said, I think just his belief in me. He never once, he saw the results weren't good, but he didn't lose faith of who I am and what I'm capable of. It was, sure, I needed a lot of reminding and assurance of, hey, it's going to get better. You know, it sometimes gets worse before it gets better. Mm-hmm. So I think more on that side really than the technical side. Obviously, we worked really well together on trying to improve the bike, and he was doing everything he's capable of as far as a mechanic and giving input to the team, and we were trying our butt off. And like I said, he really helped push for even Roger to make that big change. So it was tough. Definitely no doubt. It was really tough, and you wanna give up at those points or be like, man, this is stupid. Why am I even out here? But it was cool to get that quick turnaround and go from those back to, I think it was like 3 8s in a row to back on the podium and back where I wanted to be.
Cooper, it's no secret, this season you started a new training program with Michael Byrne. You're now back to training with Alden Baker. Do you think the struggles that you faced at the beginning of the season were due to conditioning and training, or were you just still learning the bike?
Probably a combination of both, to be honest. Like you said, we tried a different training program, and it definitely wasn't quite where I wanted to be lining up to Anaheim 1, but I would say, you know, the bike was something we had to figure out. I think even if I was, you know, with Eldon and the best peak performance, it took a while to get the bike where we needed to get it. So in racing, it's tough. You know, we're all physically fit. We're all, fast, we're all talented, we're all strong, but I think in this day and age, it's a lot about being comfortable, and comfort is key right now. If we can be at 90 to 100% every time we're on the track with our motorcycle, then it makes a huge difference. So, yeah, obviously after I think it was the last West Coast round, I kind of changed my program and was actually just kind of doing everything with the Lawrence brothers, from the training to the riding. And then after Daytona, the team kind of came to me and asked if I would go back to Alden's and start training with him again. And yeah, we were able to kind of hash things out and get things back on board with that. So yeah, I've been there now for about 2 weeks. And so yeah, you live and you learn, and obviously it's something that we're still adjusting to and getting used to. But yeah, we're gonna finish the season strong. Whatever that is, it'll all work out. So I want to be winning, So I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. And obviously, when you have the team on your side, it also helps.
This is a contract year for you. At the end of this year, you'll technically be in traditional sports what we call a free agent.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself retiring with the team that you've won 2 championships with?
I mean, for me, that's the goal. Like you said, I am a free agent after the year, but I've loved my time here at KTM. They've been great to me, especially, Robert and Pitt have always supported me, even from when I was struggling in the 450 class and getting me over here. So I have a great relationship here, and yeah, I'd love to hopefully retire here. But you never know. Crazy things happen in our sport all the time, but I'm only 26, so retirement, I think,
we're not going to start using the R word
ways.
quite yet. Speaking of growing up and moving forward, your wife recently announced that you're going to be a dad.
Yeah.
Emotions on that?
Yeah, pretty crazy feeling, to be, I guess, a dad or soon to be dad. It's definitely life-changing so far, but I can only imagine, when it's a girl, so when she gets here. But yeah, man, growing up, but we're excited. It's something that I've always wanted. Aside from racing, it's really cool. I'm excited, and man, it's a whole new world I'm sure I'm going to be exposed to.
Things are really kind of coming together for you late in the season, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, racing comes first for me still, so like I said, anything to get that edge or do what's best for me and get those results is what I'm willing to do and want to do. So yeah, sometimes, you just got to go all in and see what happens.
That was very insightful. And